Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 26 of the Frisky Whiskey. Tonight, we're kind of going back to an episode.
Sort of, a little bit different. Kind of.
If you listen to the episode,
yes, you'll know why it's not exactly.
You'll know exactly why it's not exactly, but you'll also know why we wanted to do this episode.
Yes.
So that I don't remember what episode it was, but it was.
Oh, that was Bring in the Japanese.
Bring in the Japanese episode.
Yes, it was. That was a fun episode.
That was a really fun episode.
But so tonight we're doing the blend of Japanese.
Yes.
So this is going to be interesting. So we have two actually very different types of blends, by the way. Mm-hmm. So,
which is interesting because they both look like bottle-wise.
Yeah, in the same kind of bottles. Must be a Japanese thing.
Yeah,
it's got to be. So one is an actual blend of whiskeys from around the world, like Scotch and other whiskeys. Other one is a blend of Japanese whiskeys, only Japanese whiskeys. So they're two blends, but they're blends of a different.
And that's something that we kind of were interested in getting into because right when we first were kind of doing our research on that episode, initially we're like, what the heck's a blended like Japanese whiskey? And then we found out through talking with people, we're like, oh, it's literally Scotch usually that's blended, and then they just rebrand it.
Yes.
So it's cool that I was able to find one that isn't Scotch.
It isn't Scotch. That's
actually Japanese whiskey.
Yeah. This is Scotch and perhaps other world whiskeys. I'll talk about that when I did history real quick. Not really history. So I couldn't really find anything on these guys. I mean, these guys are ninjas. Like they're hiding in the woods, in the internet.
They're hiding in the internet somewhere.
So Sensei is really owned by a import family.
Okay.
So and they make a lot of other whiskeys as well, like gin, vodka.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like on some of the newer upcoming ones. And it makes sense because, when you think about whiskey, you usually have to age it to get the right flavor profile. So making things like gin and vodka in place.
Put you in that area.
It allows you to make some money at least while you're.
They also make bourbon in Kentucky somewhere. They sell it on. You can find it through their website. You can find it. I'll look into it. We'll see what that's about.
That'd be interesting
because they're kind of secretive. So hesitant to try their bourbon just in case.
We're trying to find it, I guess.
So what I wrote was it's so the bottle itself was I got it on sale at ABC.
Okay.
It was $39.99.
Which ABC was this the one?
No, this is ABC by us.
Okay.
Right over here at North Lake and North Lake.
Yeah.
Over there. But I've seen it as high when I was doing my little research as high as $54.99.
Okay.
So it would have been $49.99 if it was for the $10 off. So and it's 80 proof, and I have a blend of with question marks. So what I literally was able to find was this actual word, maybe Scotch and other world whiskeys.
Hey,
All right, so very little information is out there on Sensei whiskey. It's part of the Akayo Imports family.
Okay.
Sensei whiskey hails from Yamashita Prefecture. Whatever. I can barely say the English language. I think I'm going to get Japanese down. You're kidding. The birthplace of Japanese whiskey. So this is where Japanese whiskey actually began. So they're actually distilling it in that area. Or not distilling it, I'm sorry, blending it in that area. Sensei whiskey is a harmonious blend of malt and grain whiskeys. It ages to perfection in Mizunara, Japanese oak barrels. Mizunara barrels give Sensei its distinctive flavor. So that was all that's all I could find in this. Like I went to ChatGPT and they're like, "God, no, dude, don't ask me these kind of questions, man."
I don't know this.
Right. So here's a quick history on Japanese whiskey. Okay. So just real quick, since we're doing Japanese whiskeys, we don't do them all the time, and not everybody knows all these things. Japanese whisky's history dates back to the early 20th century with the opening of the country's first commercial distillery, Yamasaki. Right. Mm-hmm. In 1923, Shishiro Tororo. By Shishiro. I'm sorry. In 1923, by Shishiro
Shinjiro
Tori. So whatever. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. The industry was further developed by Masasaka Takasura and learned about whiskey production in Scotland and later founded the.
You did this to yourself.
Yoshi. It's not Yoshi.
This is so much fun.
It's so not Yoshi, but it's like Yochi Distillery in Hokkaido. Man, come on now. Japanese whiskey initially emulated Scotch whiskey, but styles eventually developed into their own character. So that's kind of the history of them. Now, if you notice on our notes here, T, I did taste and nose all in one. No, I've been usually breaking them up because really I had a hard time on this one. Really finding anything.
Well, so I guess, we'll just have to figure it out.
But I think I got something correct based off some of the reviews I read. And it's funny, the whiskey, I forgot which website I went to, really was not happy with it. But everybody on Total Wine and ABC, the reviews they gave, all liked it.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious. So what I've kind of figured out, there's going to be some oaks, some light caramel, honey, plum, coconut, peat, toffee, hints of sandalwood. So somewhere in this collection of
well, so if they're blending scotches, we know scotches,
yes.
right? So, well, there's going to be a scotch and other whiskeys. I get that, but I'm assuming with the peat, you know, being a primary flavor, there's going to be a lot of scotch in this one.
Yeah. I would guess. So, you know, I'll pour for you first, mister.
Thank you, mister.
And it's actually a cool bottle. So why I bought this too, because I know we talked about doing the blends, right? It stood out, the bottle, and I'll push it to the camera in a second. But there were other bottles there, the same exact whiskey, but didn't have this label or this little thingy. Okay, so I was like, okay, they have a whole row of something that's the same exact. I compared everything on the notes, everything's exactly the same, but they didn't have any more bottles of this. When I was doing my homework, you know, I was like searching around for prices and all that just to get an idea. I could not find a bottle that had that label on it. So it's a cool looking label. It's all in purple. And it has a tiger on it, and it's just kind of cool looking.
It is.
You know, it's got like that total Japanese, like I walked into a Japanese restaurant, and it's like on the wall, and it's got some kind of coin thing stuck to it. It must be some Japanese.
Like a seal or something.
Yeah, it must be some kind of Japanese like leader, general back in the day. But it's a cool looking bottle, and that's what kind of attracted me to it. And the $10 off sticker that was yelling at me too.
That dude has quite the beard on him.
Yeah, and so here, let's
see if you can see that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cool bottle.
It is.
You know, it's got
hopefully
that whole thing on it. Yeah. So hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. So it's interesting. So let's dive in. Let's do some smell. Let's smell these things here. Get it ready. All right, there you go.
Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Kind of smells like mint.
Ain't nothing so far on this list.
It kind of has a mintiness.
It has like an alcohol smell to it to me, like rubbing alcohol.
That's weird.
Like witch hazels. My mom used to use.
Maybe that's a sandalwood.
Maybe it's a sandalwood. There's no peat. Toffee? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a very strong alcohol-y.
Yeah, it does definitely. I could agree with rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also like
there's something.
There's like a citrusy.
Yeah, and there's nothing citrusy on this list. Coconut's the closest thing to citrus.
That's not even close.
Plum, maybe. You know.
Like these over here. Connect the dots.
Connect the dots. They both grow in the sun. In Florida. All right. I'm going in.
Yeah, go for it. I'm interested to know what you pull out of it, because honestly, that's weird. It's kind of got grapefruit. That's the scent. It's like rubbing alcohol and grapefruit.
I gotta do this one more time. Hold on.
Not that I mean, I don't want to like naysay it, but that's kind of what it smells like. It smells like grapefruit and rubbing alcohol.
It's definitely different. There's a little spice there. I'm definitely getting rubbing alcohol. I'm getting rubbing alcohol. Like I'm going to use this to clean my shoes. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Actually, they have no online presence. There's nothing like Instagram for them. It's the import name, but it has. Look, I'm sorry.
It's weird. So
it really tastes like it smells.
Well, so for me, it's like it's grapefruit.
There's some honey. There's a little bit of honey. There's some sweetness that just came in there. The caramel honey, but probably just came in there. I am getting this alcoholish flavor though.
There's no flavor.
It's alcohol. It's like I'm almost drinking sake. Like it reminds me of a sake. It's like a whiskey sake.
Like
that's a thing.
If you breathe out just a little bit while you're drinking it, like you do get just the lightest bit of like an earthiness that might be like oaky, or it could be the peat.
Like we're pulling,
but you're really pushing.
There's no peat in here. There's no peat.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you breathe out, it like the flavor is not prominent.
If you just like you do that thing, clip with your nose, you get that wintergreen, that mint.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Witch hazel. It's totally witch hazel. Oh my god.
What if this is just like a leftover from COVID and it was meant to be like hand sanitizer? That's why it's unique.
Right.
That's why it's a unique bottle.
And they found out that somebody drank it by accident. I'm like, oh, you can drink it. It's like kill the guy. I mean, this is different. I don't want to. I'm not obviously you can tell by the way I'm talking. It's not something I'm totally digging right now.
Yeah, no, I really don't.
I would have a hard time pairing this with the food tonight. I thought this was going to be based off the flavor profile. I was going to.
No, everything that we're
This was going to go towards what was going to be the fish, in my opinion, based off what I was reading, right? Because I think that would be good with the fish, and I figured that bottom one would go good with the meat. We're doing like a surf and turf kind of. We're doing smoked mahi and
pork ribs,
some pork ribs from a really good place in West Palm. Tropical Smokehouse. They've won a couple like rib competitions that's come years in a row. And I understand why. They make an awesome burger. Someone told me their fried fish sandwich is amazing. I almost got that instead of that.
Well,
I was close, but I really don't want fried.
Well, if the fish is delicious, then we'll know they have good fish. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
This is really weird.
I'm just confused by it.
Like I'm trying to like it. There's all kinds of weird. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of weird. Like I want to go get some rubbing alcohol and just rub my mouth out and see what happens. See, it's like, oh, it tastes like that. There it is, right there.
I got some 90% up in the
Oh,
bathroom.
you got 90? Oh, okay. I think this is more like an 82.
It's like a 72. What are you talking about?
You know, I mean, this is interesting.
It's just there is an initial flavor, and then it just boop.
There's like a honey and caramel that pops up for me.
It just falls flat.
And it does fall very.
And then when you breathe out, you get like an earthiness, and that's it.
I'm terrified what ice is going to do to this.
Nothing. It's just going to make it not taste like anything. But we have to know. The people must know.
The people demand it, man.
Man, I was really looking forward to it. The label's badass.
The label's awesome. Like I'm going to keep the bottle no matter what happens here. I mean, I might just use it as mouthwash. I don't know.
So have you been drinking? Actually no.
I have a high alcohol content mouthwash. I got it on Amazon. So I played a little golf today. Some friends of mine haven't seen what. Remember the house I was at where the guy had the rye in the freezer? I was telling you about my buddy Ryan, which we got to get him on the show. I played golf with him today. Nice. We played at Atlantic National. Front nine I was weird. Back nine I was awesome. I had 3 birdies today though.
Oh dang!
Yeah, I had a 41 in the back, so I was hot in the back nine. It was hot. It was hot too.
It was just hot out.
It was like I think it said 105, but although there was like a breeze today, so it wasn't like horrible.
Yeah,
I played in hotter as of recently.
Well, last time we went out, it was ridiculously hot.
Yep. When I went to Naples, they hit the record 116 while I was there.
Damn.
You know.
Well, I think while you were gone, we had like 115 here. So, right there with you. I'm only putting 1 in this because I don't need it to destroy the flavor.
I love the bottle though. The bottle's like badass.
I know.
I like that bottle, man. But it was fun playing some golf today. We had a good dinner last night. Guys, got to check out this restaurant in I guess it's North Palm. Entre Nous.
Entree.
Entre Nous.
No.
No.
New.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Newt.
Or the nights that say
Entre Nous. It's on the corner of North Lake and US 1, but it's really more on the US 1 side.
Okay.
Where it's like a separate plaza over there. Place has been there for almost like 10 years. I went there before COVID. I forgot to go back, and I don't know why. The food's awesome, and they do like a price fixed menu. And I had a field chop that was like to die for. It was like butter.
That sounds awesome.
And
I need that.
And my wife got a filet mignon. It was like for what we paid, we got a great meal. We had a salad, we got a dessert. You even got to choose your salads. Like you had 4 salads to pick from.
That's pretty sweet.
So, and they also at the bar they have a happy hour menu that's on the board for the bar. And it's like it was mostly shrimp stuff and like beef stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a French Italian fusion place. Well, it can be a little pricey, I think, in season, but it's also worth the price because the service is awesome and the food is amazing. Like,
So I have a question then. Did you try any like cocktails while you were there?
yes, I did. And so I had an old fashioned without talking to the bartender ahead of time, which I usually like to do and piss them off.
Which is probably why you always get bad ones.
Yeah, possibly. But no, she made it very good. I did a bullet. They didn't have bullet rye. They had bullet bourbon, so I did that. I wasn't sitting at the bar, so I really couldn't get a good grasp of what their whiskey collection was. But it looked like they had a whiskey thing going on there. So I got to go back to the bar one time.
Well, I guess that means we need to do field research.
Yep, had to do some happy hour. But they made they had a good old fashioned, good enough for me to get 3 of them.
Okay.
So dinner was awesome. So check it out. Entre Nous. But it's really good food. I had some escargot appetizers that were really good, and these like little cheese crostinis that were really good. And the food was very good. And I've been there before. I usually get seafood when I go there, but I was like, when I saw that veal chop, I don't really order veal very much. I don't feel like be accused of being a baby killer or something.
That's all right.
But oh my god, like it was like butter. So I mean, he nailed it. It was medium rare on the bone.
That's awesome. That sounds really good.
Oh yeah, no, it's a cool. The happy hour is a cool place in my opinion. You go hang out for some drinks.
So is this might be a backup spot to to Locale?
Absolutely. A little more expensive, obviously. Yeah. Definitely more expensive. But like they do this price fixed menu off season. So you have like a $33 section that had like 8 things to choose from, a $39 section that had like another 8 things to choose from, and a $49 section. Okay. But it's like they're not like reduced size plates or anything. It's full size, but it's just good. A lot of good choices there.
I want to check it out.
Yeah, I mean you have a lot of good choices. Like I want to go back for the scallops. So I love scallops.
I love scallops.
Yeah, I love scallops. And I think that's what I had last time I was there years ago. Okay. And our friend works there. Our friend, I shouldn't use their names on.
No.
But they have the 2 daughters.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. He's angry sometimes he's not. Yes. When you have 2 daughters, you get angry all the time, I guess. I don't know. But she's the hostess there.
Okay.
And so she, it was nice, like going there and seeing her. It was kind of cool.
Nice.
It was kind of cool. So we got to check out the bar though.
Yeah.
And the owner was really nice. I met the owner. So
sweet. So
all right, the alcohol's coming out more.
No. Follow me here. Now get into your mind space. Smell it. No, not the whiskey.
So excuse me, just smell it.
Gin.
Oh my God, that's gin. That's straight up gin.
It took me, I was sitting there trying to figure it out.
That is gin.
It smells like gin.
That is gin. I can smell that. What's that? The elderberry they use?
Yeah,
is it
juniper?
Juniper. Sorry, juniper. Elderberry. Juniper berry.
Elderberries. Yeah,
gin.
That
is gin. Okay, so I'm curious. That'd make one hell of a martini.
A bit strong, but
it's not bad. Actually, I think I like it better on ice. I think whatever. I think because before I thought it was alcohol. Now I'm thinking more it's gin. I think the ice kind of maybe pulled it together more.
Maybe.
And it has that gin, but I mean, this is actually bad on ice.
At least some of the flavors are sticking around now. Neat. It literally you would smell it, and it's kind of smelled like rubbing alcohol and grapefruit.
Yeah, on my tongue, the caramel and honey is sitting on my tongue.
It was a little sweet, and then it would disappear. And
there's no coconut. There's no toffee. Sandalwood. I mean, that's an incense. Something I probably used back in the day. I was hanging out. Interesting.
But yeah, gin.
Yeah, gin. Yeah, this is okay. I don't know if I can recommend this to anybody. I'm sorry. I just don't. So here's something else I learned about Japanese whiskey, too. This is actually very important, too. So there are almost 0 regulations on Japanese whiskey. Like 0. There's tons of regulations on Scotch and, all the stuff coming out of America. All kinds of rules they follow. They actually have to follow very, very little rules, which apparently is changing in 2024.
Okay.
They've been given notice, it's all going to change for you guys. Because what they're basically saying is you don't really know what you're getting. How you don't know what's in here for real.
Oh, so it's back in the day here.
Yes.
And everything was just to
that
whatever.
Degree, yes.
But
yes.
except, they're not giving us lead poisoning.
Based off how this thing is,
they're giving us gin with a whiskey jacket.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it could be lead poisoning. It could be asbestos.
Asbestos. Really?
It's Japanese.
It's a Japanese asbestos.
So hallucinating things. See Godzilla.
Oh my God.
And talk before my words come out of my mouth. Oh, Godzilla! No, this honestly, I can't recommend this to anybody.
No.
I mean, look, when we did those other Japanese, which were not blends, they were just straight whiskey. And so I'm looking forward to this. The reason why I'm looking forward to this one is it has won awards.
Okay.
So something going on here.
Yeah. And so actually I did want to kind of shout out. So like the other episodes, and the reason why, once you brought this up, the reason why I was really excited about it, because if they're blending Japanese whiskeys, I'm thinking like we had the Suntory, the Kayo, and the Tenjaku.
Yep.
Right? So those are the 3 we did in that Japanese episode. All 3 of them were pretty dang good.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Tenjaku, I think, was the winner of that.
Right. I like Centauri because of the Centauri because I like the cocktail I make with it.
Yeah, the grapefruit old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super refreshing. But yeah, so if it's anything along the flavor profiles, which if I remember correctly, were very like light, citrusy, refreshing. All 3 of them had the same type of thing. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, so this one actually, we'll talk about it. And I'm going to add some more stuff because I looked more into it. I said I have some things I want to say about this, but I want you to read whatever I was able to find. Yeah. Once again, ChatGPT was like, "No, dude, like if you know something, can you let me know?" Like literally, he was like,
"Sir,
you know, like, if you know, if you find out."
I don't know.
But yeah, no, this is yeah.
It's better on ice.
It's better.
I think we can
ice.
both agree with that.
It's better on ice.
But literally, when you put ice on it, it ends up kind of smelling like gin, and then the flavor just becomes slightly stronger, which is odd. But it doesn't really like do anything. It still falls
it's
flat.
not horrible. I mean, look, I've had horrible whiskey.
I've had worse.
So I've had worse. Would I buy it again? No. Would I suggest it for somebody? No. Would I get it for somebody if I didn't like you?
So if Mike D shows up to your house with this bottle, you'd be like, "Aw."
Yeah. Oh, it's a Japanese blend.
So he's just showing up out of kindness.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it's $39 or $49 or $59. I would not buy this for more than $25.
Less than that.
Less than that.
We've had better whiskeys that are cheaper than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I got, it's
but that's how you learn.
I got sucked in
to the label.
By the label. I saw some basic reviews that weren't bad, but I just wonder if people fake those reviews.
Got to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
It's part of the unregulated Japanese whiskey industry.
Yeah.
Their labels and reviews are all part of it.
All right, so I think we should. Would you pass me? Oh, you have this right here. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to pass you my water bottle.
I forgot that was yours. I would like to watch the whole glass out in this one.
Sells a little rinse. So, yeah, I saw this one. So this one I kind of came across randomly. I went to a different ABC.
Ooh.
So I went to the one over on Indiantown Road. So while Mike D was on his golf trip, I decided to take a Saturday and just kind of adventure. I was like, you know what? There's plenty of Packies around us.
Yeah.
We kind of stick to the same ones, right? We don't really kind of adventure too much.
We're lazy, matter of convenience. It happens. It is what it is. We're
so I was like, you know what? Let me go to some places, right? And some of the places, typical, like nothing special about them.
Right.
Like I went to a Publix liquor store.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find gems.
Yep.
Sometimes because those places, sometimes they just end up there and then they're cheap.
Yep.
So, but I also ended up, at a couple like mom and pop shops and these and that. So then I ended up at ABC, and that's where I found this. But I also picked up a couple of other things.
Yeah, you did. You actually did very good.
So
you went to another Packy with the same name as the other Packy,
yes,
but not the same people.
Yes,
two different names.
Yeah, Mike D has mentioned Inlet, the one that's in Riviera,
which is
that's
amazing.
on the bridge,
absolutely
heading over to
go there right now. Stop listening to our show and just run there right now.
Stop listening and go. And then this one is actually in Juno Beach, and it has another location on Okeechobee and Jog.
Okay.
So that's where they have another location. And this one is a really small place. But anyways, that's not where I got this from.
Okay, but they had good selections there too, though.
They actually did have
in fact, you
solid
got
selection.
me a nice little gift from there.
I did.
And you got one for yourself.
I did.
You got the Buffalo Trace. It was barreled for them. Barrel for them.
They selected a barrel.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So they actually had a pretty good set of them there, and they had a cap of 2.
Yep,
so,
and we actually had one before the show.
Yeah.
We had to make sure it was okay.
It's definitely okay.
Yeah.
It was definitely okay.
Thank God I had that before I had this. Or man, I might get cranky during the second half of the show. Like, fucking, what the hell's next?
So you want me to?
Yeah, what you? I'll pour.
Okay.
And you talk.
All right. So
you're not allowed to talk here.
I'm not alled to talk.
Well, not a lot to talk here. Sorry, I said no. Yeah, you're not allowed to talk.
I'm not allowed. How am I supposed to do
in
this?
the corner?
Don't you look at me while I'm doing this.
Look at this.
So the Shunka Shuto, this particular one, it does look like it follows like a seasonal thing.
Yes.
So on the label, there's actually 4 quarters.
Yes.
Like 4 little squares, right? So this one's the winter one.
Yes.
So I picked this up, and this is a $60 bottle. So it actually is a pretty cool label, pretty simplistic, like not really fancy like the other one. So this was a $60 bottle. It's 80 proof. It's aged in bourbon white oak barrels, and it's a blend of Japanese whiskeys. So part of the iconic spirits family made by the Shiki Distillery, located in the Hyogo Prefecture, just northwest of Osaka. They make 3 different brands of whiskey, gin and vodka. Shunka Shuto won the 2023 Silver World Whiskies Award. Shunka Shuto makes a whiskey for each season.
So, and the bottles are different. The bottles are colored different. So the white, this is more for winter. They have I think it's autumn, summer, and spring. They have an autumn there. We don't have autumns here. We're in Florida. We have like 2 seasons and half.
We have hot and then hotter.
Yeah, and
then we have 2 weeks of
it's not nice. So hot.
This is nice.
Yeah, actually, I would say from like just November to like end of January, it's not horrible.
So basically, in our 2 weeks of winter, we should probably drink this.
Possibly.
Just kind of get into the season.
Because each one has different flavor profiles. On their site, which I found a little bit on their site, not much.
I have to hunt these down. I gotta hunt down the collection.
They do talk about each one. Now, it's funny. It's like one they talk about more than the other, so I don't know if that means like this one's not as good as the other one. I don't know.
Or maybe they just came out with this one, so
they've been doing this for a while, from what I can tell. These 4 seasons, and this is I don't know which one won this award they're talking about, but that was the one they on their page. They had all 4 of these on their page, right? It wasn't like a separate page for each one, and that's where the award was on there. Like, hey, we won the award, silver award. So
maybe it's because of all 4 of them, like as a pairing,
possibly like a flight award, something like that. So let's do some smelling here. So for the nose, I actually was able to break those 2 up a little bit. So I'll let you.
So the nose is caramel and wood, and then the taste is going to be toasted granola, toffee, oak, and spices.
Toasted granola.
Toasted granola. I do love granola.
I like granola.
So,
this smells better. Like this smells like whiskey. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So
the wood's there, the sweetness is there, that caramel's there.
Yep.
This isn't bad. There's some other things. There's definitely a spice in there. It just went up my nose. Well, I didn't. I gotta rinse my palate out here. But this smells better.
There's definitely something
better.
there. There's definitely something there. I'm gonna go in for it because I don't want to spend too much time smelling it. Oh, wow.
Is good.
Holy
wow.
Hell yeah.
Good. Oh, that granola's there. That toffee's there. Actually, the spices are barely there. Spices are more in my nose than my mouth. Like, that is smooth. Like, that is awesome.
And then it finishes really smooth.
Like, this would go great.
It finishes with the toffee, just kind of like mellow the entire way.
Like, I was right. And this would go great with the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly with the ribs.
Yeah.
This should have gone good with the fish. This really goes better with like.
This will go good with the fish as well.
Yeah, this goes better with Lysol.
This goes better with the wipes I have on the counter.
Wipes, yeah, the Clorox wipes. This is delicious. This is great neat. Like, this is really good. If they won an award and this is the one that won it, I would understand why.
Mm-hmm. But it also makes me wonder what the other seasons taste like.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have to check those out. This is really good. I got to do a special seasonal show.
Yeah. Seasons have changed.
Seasons have changed. Seasons of Japanese change. Japanese changes seasons. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah.
Here we go.
Here we go. He's been drinking again, guys.
Wait, isn't that our job?
Yeah, it is our job. I like our job. It's a nice little job. I like hunting for whiskeys. Like, I was in Naples. I went to like 3 different whiskey stores,
right?
Packy stores, as you call them, and I just like doing that. That was fun. And like, it's funny because like, you bought something that I almost bought. It was so like, when I tell you it was between the Joseph and then that, I was like staring at that. I'm like,
so I did. To be fair, I did go a little ham.
You did more ham than I did. I was at a golf trip, so I couldn't really go ham.
So in the last week, I've picked up 9 bottles.
And you know what I've done in the last week?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to talk about this in the show. What I did, we had some surprises coming for this show.
We did some things.
We're going to up the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad idea. No. We're going to get some more. What we're looking for is more like we did the Booker last week.
we want to try to find those
more
whiskeys
rares
that are,
or more.
Yeah,
we're gonna drop a little more money on some of these at times and spend the money for you guys. Yeah. I'm sacrificing myself.
It's not for us at all.
It's not for me at all.
Absolutely.
Oh no, killing me.
100% no.
Oh yeah, no. But I think we've done a really good job of what we've done, and I have some surprises. Hopefully, which I'm getting nervous. I still haven't gotten a certain email I was expecting to get, but I got some really good things coming in, so I'm excited about that. I already got one of them. So I'm really excited about that, and we'll talk about them. So it's gonna be good.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I'm waiting for you. This one, you're my boy, and like this one, I don't want to try this without. This is a special bottle.
So basically, we're trying it next weekend
At my house. Yeah, actually, so we're gonna
be there.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Actually, I have our guest back next week, Steve, who was on our final of the Battle of the Rise,
June Madness.
He's actually gonna be back. We're gonna be doing a weeded show next week.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We got some nice bottles from our Packy Inlet and Riviera Beach, and
the Packy over there. Oh no, wait, we're doing that one different.
Different.
Ooh, I'm jumping ahead.
Jumping ahead.
Oh boy.
Yeah. No,
Behind the curtain.
I think Steve's gonna bring a special bottle as well, which would be kind of cool.
As you all know,
and
Steve has
then
like
we
a
may
crazy
have
selection.
something extra for the show too next week. If you don't remember not to forget it like you did last time.
Well, I'm gonna keep it in the bag. After this episode, it's going in the bag with everything else, and that's where it's gonna live until next week.
So good.
This one now it might be a little biased just because we had like not a really good whiskey. We had a gin in a whiskey overcoat. And it was like, and we were like, "You're disappointing."
That's a bad kiss song. Brown gin. Brown gin.
That's what we're changing the name of the show to. Brown gin.
Brown gin.
So this one it doesn't compare. I don't want. My thing is I don't want to bias because this just sucked that much. I'm sorry, it did. It just wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It
good.
really wasn't good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not gonna tag these guys.
No, we have to.
We're gonna tell them how bad they are.
Yeah, so that maybe they up their game.
Probably shoot like a missile at us, man. Or something.
They're Japanese. They're friends.
Yeah.
Not to the whiskey community, but they're friends of America.
This just means so much nowadays. They have their ways, man. You have a Sunny product in your house. You have a Sunny product in your house. They can get to you.
But seriously, like this is a completely different experience.
I'm probably gonna have this with my cigar tonight. Mm-hmm. Like I really like this. This is great, neat. Like this is delicious, neat.
No, it's super smooth, and the more we've let it breathe as we've been talking, the smoother it gets. Yes. So when I first took a sip, there's always that like kind of punchiness that kind of hits the back of your throat. That's gone.
Yeah,
and now it's like a nice mellow. You get that nice toasted granola.
This is delicious,
and it's kind of sweet. And I'm assuming that's a toffee.
Yeah,
and it is really mellow. It's like even the entire well.
Very
like,
even. Yes,
100%. Nice and even.
Yeah, this is really good. All right.
Oh, now hopefully ice doesn't jack it up.
We will see. We will see. There you go. Made it a little heavy.
That's all right.
That's our last one. We're only doing 2 tonight anyway.
Yeah, we're only doing 2.
So I got my first draft this Sunday.
Oh boy!
It's a redraft for a half dynasty league where you only get to keep 6 players.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of crazy rules because the guy who invented the league is a pharmacist who sat there and did probably way too much Adderall and came up with the rules of this league that only truly he understands. To be honest with you, did you do 1 ice or 2 ice?
I just did 1.
Okay. But it's. I'm glad we're doing a redraft. I'm kind of excited about that.
Well, there's a lot of new players out there to pick from.
Well, that is picking a whole new team, and nobody has like a stacked team anymore. It's like we're going in fresh, and so I'm excited about that. And the guy has like a brand new man kitchen in his backyard with one of those pizza outdoor ovens.
Bro, I want that so much.
Apparently, he's making pizza for the draft.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna make remember that chicken that taco chicken I made in my crock pot? Yeah. I was gonna make that tomorrow morning. I think that's good for a draft.
Hell yeah, that is.
So I'm gonna make that tomorrow. I'm excited because it was my first draft. And I used to be in 5 leagues. I dropped down to 3. Okay, it's just I had to cut it.
I had to cut back.
I had to cut back.
A lot of time.
Yeah. So I have 2 drafts next weekend. One with us, on Saturday,
we got a draft,
which is also that day during the day we have my daughter's birthday party at Shark Wake Park. If you guys want to come, show up. It's awesome. Bring a gift.
It's like $20 to get in.
Yeah. And then that night we had the draft at my house, and the next day I'm in this draft. They're in Orlando, but it's different. It's a weird, different draft. Okay. I think I'm only picking like 4 players in that draft. So.
Are you doing that one remotely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool the way he does it. It's like so simple. It's everyone's on text. It's all done by text.
Okay.
He has people. He has a couple of guys come to his house that lives around his area, but remote. A lot of us are also scattered all over the country. I've been in this league for like 12 or 13 years.
Oh dang!
But that league's been around for like 25 years.
Wow.
Like they were doing it back in the day when it was like not on computer.
Yeah.
Like you did it through like this system where you had to go on and get the stats and then do the points manually, and then they would do it that way. I wasn't there for that part. I wasn't there. I was on the dawning of the age of the internet of fantasy.
I thought you were going to say Aquarius.
No, age of Aquarius. There's a dawning of the age of fantasy sports going to the internet. Like it wasn't there, and when it first came in, no one really knew how to handle it, and then it blew up.
Well, yeah, because it made things so much easier.
It's got $1 billion industry.
Yeah, it made things so much easier.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What am I making for the draft on Saturday? Didn't I commit to like beef ribs or something?
You did say beef ribs.
Beef ribs?
You think should we get 2?
I'm gonna get like as many as I can.
I'll throw some money at that because I'm gonna order like a couple pizzas and maybe get a stromboli. And if you do that, maybe just get 2 pizzas and maybe not even stromboli if you're gonna make the beef ribs.
Yeah.
So obviously I'll have some chips out there too. I always put chips out.
We can shred some of the beef rib and throw it on the pizza and throw it in the oven.
That'd be a waste. That beef is way too good to put on pizza.
That's true.
Oh my God, those beef ribs are the best.
They are pretty dang good.
Yeah, they're good. So this actually got.
So the nose.
Oh, I like this better than neat.
The nose has changed.
It's more spicy. There's more of that wood, the spice, the oak.
There's definitely more wood.
Yeah.
The sweetness went away.
The sweetness went away. The toasted granola went away as well in the taste. I think it went just to oak and spices. Maybe a little toffee there, a little that sweetness, a little bit of sweetness in the background, but I'm gonna say that warm toasted feeling is gone. Like I definitely like this better on neat. This is a neat whiskey, 100%.
There's a flavor that I'm getting. It's kind of like creamy.
Creamy in your mouth.
Yes. Yeah.
This is better neat. It's not bad on the ice. It's not bad. It's not horrible. But I'm totally digging this neat. 100%.
Yeah, neat is definitely better. This one, the ice, it changed the flavor profile too much.
It did. And I was worried about that. I was actually worried about that.
But it's not terrible. Like, so for me, it kind of tastes like lemon meringue.
You're getting that?
Yeah.
I was not getting that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's like a little like ting. Like if you eat like lemon meringue, that thing on the side of your tongue that you get from the sourness of lemon. That's what I'm getting. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm not getting that at all. At all. I'm like, whatever you just described is not happening in my mouth.
It's weird. It's like,
I mean, it's just different. The ice completely changed it 100%. Yeah. Like this is not one you do on ice. It's not horrible, but I would recommend this neat.
You could put this in a cocktail, but you'd have to use citrus like grapefruits and stuff like that to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, I agree.
Neat, hell yeah. Like this is so good neat.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed with it on ice. It's definitely like if you're going to do something with this, like you'd have to do something.
How much you pay for this? Was 60 you said?
60.
I would buy. Yeah. Honestly, on neat, because it's so good neat, I would buy this again. I would actually like be happy to have that in my.
This would be really cool to like just share with somebody.
Yes, this is a good like. Hey, here's a good Japanese blend, and it's a blend of Japanese.
I don't know if they still have it there, but if you want, they did have like 5 or 6 bottles.
I would actually like now because we have this right. I just come to your house and have it. Yeah. I want to get a different season, like autumn. You know, something we never.
But
see
now
anyway.
that begs the question: do we have to like wait so long for them to come out? Because it's summertime and we're getting winter.
You know, I that's a good question. Wait. Honestly, when I was doing my paper here, I saw other bottles. I saw the other seasons that I could click on and buy.
Okay.
Like Total Wine had it through shipping in some form or fashion.
Okay.
So they're out there. I'm assuming that they probably make so many barrels and they just release them per season, but they're probably out there.
Yeah.
This is not a top seller. I'm going to put money on that. It's not a top seller, but it's not. This is good. Like, I see why if they win an award, neat. That by itself could handle itself in a contest.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is a really good whiskey.
Yeah.
And it actually tastes like whiskey.
And this can clean the floor after the whiskey show. Whiskey competition.
No, we're gonna make a nice gin martini.
Yeah. Honestly, get a couple Spanish olives, man. That's probably pretty good.
No, seriously, it's weird because it's not a whiskey. There's nothing about this one that was even remotely whiskey. Once we put ice on it, it smelled like a gin.
This is obviously a window buy because I like the label. But like I said, I quickly
You were like a kid in a store.
No, I quickly Googled it and it had some good reviews. Like, okay, and I also want to make sure it was a blend. I'm like, and it was $10 off. So I'm like, all right. It's like, we were talking about it. I'm like,
the stars aligned.
A star.
It wasn't a really nice star either. No. It was kind of like a...
No, it was a crashing Nova. Crashing Lysol.
Neutron star coming in.
Man, this is a bit... This, I'm sorry. I'm just going to...
Why would you... Shh. You could have just, finished it.
No, I didn't want to finish that.
Now look what you did, you little jerk.
You little jerk. What do you say for yourself now? Oh, no one likes me. So we'll be doing our show next Friday.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the draft and my kid's birthday party. Yeah. And we're going to have Steve on the show.
We're going to have
The return of Steve.
The return of Steve.
We're going to do some weeded whiskeys. And you're probably going to see a few more weeded whiskeys in the next couple of episodes.
Well, we've been kind of hunting. We've been hunting. So we did have the Weller. So that was our intro to weeded bourbons, was the Weller. So anybody who watched that one, we did the Special Reserve. And it was delicious. It was really sweet, which was weird to have in a whiskey, but it was different from all the other ones. Right?
Yes.
So it was really nice having a weeded bourbon.
Yes.
And we've been talking about getting back into it and doing another weeded episode or getting more just in general.
And we did buy more, but
we have a lot.
We've been sitting on it. So we're actually next weekend, next Friday, because we're doing a show on Friday, we're pulling it out.
Yep.
It's going to be a good weeded show, and our guest has a couple of really good weeded bottles, so I'm excited what he might bring.
Steve, I mean,
he knows how to do it. He knows what we're looking for. He knows.
Steve. I mean, if you remember the last episode, he brought the treated oak.
Yes.
Or treaty oak.
Treaty oak, which is like 125 proof. Or at the point,
it was 136.
At that point, it still is our highest.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second highest would be the Bookers.
The Bookers, which was very
126.6.
Yeah. But this is a great show tonight.
This is a lot of fun.
So we did the Japanese blends. Sensei, avoid at all costs, or great for cleaning your floors if you want to have
honestly,
a nice gin flavor.
If you could find it cheap, give it a shot. Maybe it's just this label. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's just the label, and maybe they have a decent one. But no joke, when we put ice on it, smelt like gin, tasted like gin. So it's kind of it's weird. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's like they put gin in a Mizunara whiskey barrel and then tried to pass it off as whiskey.
Possibly. Maybe they use like food coloring to get it brown.
Yeah.
What's it called? The
Shunka
Shuto. Shuto. Amazing.
This was really good.
Amazing neat. This would go great with meats, steak, ribs, a brisket.
Anything
a good roast beef.
Honestly, if you were going to do like fish with like lemon anything,
this would go good too.
This would be super good.
Yeah, or like a good shrimp and a lemon sauce.
Because it does have actual flavor.
Yeah. This is actually very good neat. Ice, it's still good on ice. I prefer it on the neat side. Yeah. The ice mellowed it out a little bit too much for me. It actually took away the toasted smoothness of this. Yeah. This is amazing. This is like we are going to get the other.
Oh, we're going to find the seasons.
We're going to find the seasons. I'll make it a thing. So you don't have to get my things.
Yeah.
So this is I really don't. This is really good. So we got some upcoming shows going to be really good. We just talked about Steve next week. We got some special things coming.
We do
special things.
Like we said, we've been on the hunt.
Yep, special things, and we're also going to do hopefully get another guest back on, and we're going to do a little under $20.
Yep.
Upcoming shows. So
if you've seen the episode of the under 30, you might know our guest.
You might know our guest. You might remember her. Oh, I gave it away.
You ruined it.
We'll see what happens. We'll see
This kid.
We'll see what happens. So everybody have a great night tonight. We got some cigars, which we didn't do. The cigars are over there.
They're over there.
So
but I have it's called Lennox.
Lennox. I'm doing something that has like taco written on it, so I'm kind of curious about these.
Okay.
And once again, I picked those up from our friends at Fox Cigars in Arizona. Check them out, foxcigar.com. Free shipping.
Sign up for their emails.
Get the emails. Great shows coming up in a couple of weeks. Check us out. Listen to this show. Follow along. Get the Shunato. Yeah.
Make sure you check out our YouTube.
I think when we post on, did you take a picture of these? We'll take a picture.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I think we should let people know if you're going to get one or the other on this one. Let's just point them to that one. Yes. Or any season. Let us know how the seasons are. Give us a heads up.
At least winter is good.
Yeah, winter's
We
awesome.
know winter's good.
Winter's awesome.
Winter is coming.
It is coming. Winter is coming. All right, everybody, have a great night tonight. Thanks for having us. And then next week we'll be together and we're going to have a special show, so we're going to have fun. So everybody, once again, good night. Good whiskeys. We got some good food to eat tonight. We got some ribs. We got some fish from Tropical Smokehouse. The Shunato wins on pairing with anything because I would Shunka Shato because I wouldn't pair this with, unless it's Lysol, I wouldn't pair it with anything else. All right, so Ti,
Mike D,
good night.
Have a good one, everybody. Later.